What is good, guys? Randy here, back for the Week 3 team builder for the GBA D League. Now, if you guys did not see last week's battle, make sure you guys go check it out. We had a pretty solid match against Leo, 6 Foot Hacks, coach of the Durham Dreadgons. Now, we did fall to 1-1. Those of you who didn't see, spoilers, but I'm assuming most everybody knows the records by now. But last week was pretty rough. It's probably one of the honestly, I didn't really think about it much after the game or like after upload and stuff. But it was probably one of the worst games I've played in a long time, just in general, like 6v6 game. So I was not happy with the way I played at all. I mean, Leo played fantastic. He made so many good reads, but I just made bad plays from turn 2. Like bullet punching again was never the right play. I should have defogged immediately, and I gave him the opportunity just to beat me down, and it was still close. I mean, I had a 20% chance to win at some point. But I can't let that get to me. I wasn't really composed, and normally I really am. So I gotta stay composed throughout this week's matchup. So, yes, we are 1-1 at a neutral differential. So we're essentially pretty much like week 0. Like we're back to even 500. So we're taking on Papasea, coach of the New York Klinks, who's had a rough start to the season so far. He is 0-2. Took a pretty rough loss last week against Greg. And in result of that, he actually changed up his team quite a bit. I really would have wished he would have waited, a couple of weeks, like a week after, because to be quite honest with you, this matchup really heavily favored me prior to his swaps, because the team will be on the right side of the screen, but as you can see, the 3 mons highlighted in yellow, Gigalith, Wheezing, and Excadrill. In place of those mons were originally the Skarmory, the Minior, and a third mon that I can't remember. At this point in time, it doesn't come to me. It won't come to me. I won't remember. But anyways, I mean, prior to his swaps, I honestly, with no disrespect to Papasea, I thought I could be getting a pretty solid win as long as I didn't do anything horrible. So, but now that he made those swaps, he's got many little Sandcore and Gigalith and Excadrill, which isn't too scary. But if it gets out of control, it could definitely do a lot to my team. But anyways, go ahead and jump into my team builder. Of course, if you guys don't know who Papasea is, he is a pretty popular Twitch streamer. He does a lot of battles. I hop in there from time to time. He uses a lot of fun mons. I do too. I love using fun mons. But he's probably the guy I watched that did it before me. I mean, it's not really an original thing. I mean, everybody uses fun mons. But anyways, he's a really cool dude. I believe he's in the NPA as well, so that's pretty cool. He's in a pretty big league there. He's had some success as well. But anyways, his team, of course, consists of the Hoopa Unbound, the Manaphy, which is one of his Z-mons, Sylveon, Serena, Haxorus, Gigalith, of course, the new transaction, Mega Pidgeot, Wheezing, new transaction, Excadrill, new transaction, the Tauros, and the Rotom Fridge. It came to me. It was Sandslash. That's what it was. It was Sandslash. Excadrill, I think that was probably the mon that took the spot of it. Or I don't even know. Gigalith, I guess. So it was Sandslash, Skarmory, and Minior. He replaced those for Gigalith, Wheezing, and Excadrill. So, yeah. He's got a pretty solid team now. That core scares me. But let's go ahead and jump into my team so you guys know what's going to go down here. I'm sorry if the cursor doesn't show up. I don't know how I can fix that. Like, it even says on the OBS that the cursor shows up. When it goes down here, it fixes it, I think. Or, I have no idea, but I'm sorry about that. I gotta get that fixed at some point in time. Yeah, I mean, I have it to where it's supposed to cap it, but it doesn't. But anyways, this Chakazulu is nice because it pretty much does a lot to his team, except Excadrill, of course, which is the #1 threat. I have the Wild Charge as an option to hit Sylveon on the defensive side in case it is a special defensive set, which I do anticipate it to be. So I can kill it, like, no matter what Sylveon spread he is, a Thunderbolt into a Z Wild Charge will kill any set, no matter what, even if it's max defense. And of course, if I find out it's max defense, I'll go for Z Thunderbolt if I want to waste it on that thing. So that's the main reason why I have that. And it's imperative to be special because that Wheezing is going to be kind of annoying. So I could do a lot to Wheezing. Of course, one-shot it with the Z Thunderbolt. U-turn, of course, is a must because of that Hoopa Unbound. If you want the Scarf set, it'll be easier to check. But if he's banned or specs, I can always come in and U-turn on that at any point in time in the game. Dazzling Gleam, of course, I need that for the Haxorus. If not, like, if it wasn't for Haxorus, I'd probably run like Brave Bird for Serena. I did consider a Z Brave Bird set, but considering what else I have on, whatever else, considering what else I have on this team, I don't need a Brave Bird. So yeah, it's pretty solid sets. Of course, I have enough speed to outrun Mega Pidgeot, which is his fastest mon. Extra, of course, will outspeed me no matter what at +2. So I can't really avoid that. So nothing else to say about this Coco, the Chakazulu. It pretty much wrecks his team. If I get rid of Serena, and deal with Gigalith, get it chipped a little bit. Of course, Excadrill to be down too. This Mon could probably do more than a lot of work. And of course, I didn't mention this when I fought Greg, but he has Rotom Fridge, so I won't have to worry about him abusing the terrain because he's in the air levitating, so he won't get any of the electric terrain boosts. And yeah. So yeah, nothing else to say about this. It does a lot of damage. Of course, I outrun Tauros naturally, so that's pretty good. So yeah, Coco just does a lot here. I got to keep it preserved. So yeah, nothing else to say. Next, we have Rock Paper Scizor, the Mega Scizor, of course, making her third straight start. We are rocking a defensive Roost 3 attack sets. Now, prior to his swaps, I actually started building the team prior to the swaps, but prior to the swaps, I was running SD, and that SD set just like won the game. I mean, he had a Skarmory, so I figured if I get rid of that, SD Scizor wins the game 100%. But now that's not the case. So I opted to go for a bulky defensive set. This defensive set allows me to take a +2 Life Orb Earthquake from Excadrill after rocks from full. And even after like another turn of rocks, I think I can live a hit. And Superpower, of course, will OHKO pretty much most any variant almost. So yeah, Bullet Punch, of course, is a nice stab to hit Sylveon. It'll 2-tap Sylveon, depending on... I mean, I think no matter the spread, I 2-tap it. Bullet Punch is kind of interesting because he has Serena, which has Queenly Majesty, so that's something I'll keep in mind. U-turn, of course, will do a lot to it. And then Roost is just get a nice recovery off, so... Yeah, this is also a way of dealing with Gigalith. Gigalith cannot touch me. Doesn't have any move they can hit me with. Besides, like maybe a Banded Stone Edge, maybe at worst. Yeah, this mod is really important to the team because it's the only like legitimate like answer to the Excadrill of its Life Orb SD, which I could see him being Life Orb SD. I would think if he's Life Orb SD, he'd have to be SD, Earthquake, Iron Head, and probably X Scissor for Celebi. He doesn't need X Scissor because +2 Life Orb Iron Head probably does a crap ton, but I think he'd rather have X Scissor just to for sure kill Celebi, in case he doesn't want to take an Earth Power. But he'll probably just be a Life Orb by 4 attack set more than likely. But I had to be ready for Life Orb SD just in case it happens. So yeah, nothing else to say about this. It's just an overall wall to like a lot of his team, including the Serena, the Sylveon. It'll probably carry HP Fire, maybe. I don't know. He could be Specs for all I know. I have no idea. Manaphy doesn't really check that well. Hoopa, of course, they can U-turn on it, but I'll expect it to probably be maybe a special set this week. I'm not too sure about the Hoopa. It's pretty scary, but I'll probably lead Tapu Koko, most scenarios, no matter what. But overall, it's just a really solid pivot, and yeah, it's my way to deal with that damn Sandcore. So next up, we have the Meloetta, Two-Face the Meloetta, making his second straight start. I know it's actually it's a her. I don't know what I'm calling it him for. I know the actual villain's a man, but still. It's her. Now, prior to his swaps, this Mon just won on paper. It just did. It just did. Like, he had nothing for a Specs, like, Hyper Voice. Like, Skarmory was the only, like, legitimate resist, and, like, Max Defense was, like, it just avoided a 2-tap. If he didn't have lefties, there was a chance of 2-tap, but now that he got rid of that, it's not going to be as easy. Now, this Mon still does work. It can still destroy his team. Like, he has like no Mon that can come in on this once and take another hit. So, and what I mean by that is like if I were to Hyper Voice on let's say or if I were to have Weezing in, I can just Hyper Voice the Weezing. If you're trying to swap into Sylveon, I can just High Shock the next turn and knock it out. Nothing can swap into this. His only Mons that outspeed me naturally are the Manaphy, the Haxorus, and the Mega Pidgeot. Excadrill, I'm just enough speed to outrun Jolly Max Speed Excadrill outside of Sand, of course. Tauros outruns me too. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, this Mon's just it does a lot of work. So the EVs are pretty it's pretty self-explanatory. Enough speed to outrun Excadrill. The rest is dumped in HP. That's pretty much all there is to it. So yeah, he has like no good Mon that can swap into this, so that's pretty much the key here to keep this thing around. I opted to run Thunderbolt over Signal Beam because I want to be able to do damage to this Manaphy in case I have to like sack this off to prevent like a Tail Glow. And thanks to Meloetta is like really good special defense stat. I can actually tank a +3 Scald from max special attack Manaphy, even Modest as well, which is insane. But these really good bulk here helps out a ton. So and you can argue that the other form, the Purette form, does a crap ton to him too. But it's just I need to be able to hit Weezing on a special side with Hyper Voice. Side Shot, of course, for Sylveon, but Hyper Voice 2 taps anyway, so we're good with that. So yeah, this Mon, like prior to his swaps, it just destroyed. So I'm kind of upset he made the changes, but he does not want to go 0-3, and I definitely do not want to go 1-2 because I need to make sure I keep up the momentum. I gotta play real smart, not mess up like I did last week. But yeah, next we have Fiber making his second straight start. We have the Assault Vest set once again. Now this set is pretty much a Sylveon, a Mega Pidgeot, and a Rotom switching. That's all it is. And it counters Hoopa. The only Muck counters pretty much most Hoopa sets, if not all of them, unless he's like Banded Focus Punch that catches me on the swap. That's like the only way to kill Muck. So I actually am running Pursuit this week, like I should have learned last week. I could have actually won the game with that, maybe, potentially. Probably not. Yeah, I mean, this Mon is able to... He doesn't have great poison resist, so like outside of Gigalith and Excadrill, obviously. So if I can like, you know, get it on Serena, I can just get a free knockoff, you know. Of course, on the Sylveon, I get a free jab, or I can probably knock it off predicting, you know, a swap. So Muck's one of those mons that it's going to be imperative to play it right, because if I get some good chip on some of his annoying mons like the Gigalith and the Excadrill, it's going to be real crucial to win this game over, you know, at the end of the day. So, Fiber didn't have a huge role this week. It had a huge role last week. I just, you know, it got pressured too early, and I just, you know, I fell off. I just lost my composure. But, anyways, yeah, this mod is just really, really good. Overall, it just, again, it's my Mega Pidgeot switch in, so I needed one. And, yeah, I mean, Break is able to do a little bit of damage to Gigalith and Excadrill. I won't ever live a Break from Excadrill, but in case maybe he wants to, like, SD on me or something, I can always get some nice damage off on it, predicting a switch or something. It's really there for Gigalith only. I don't really know any other move to run. Like, there's nothing else worth running on this Muck, except maybe, like, Explosion if I'm real, but that's kind of a waste. But, yeah, that's all we got for Fiber. Next mon up is Kevin. It's actually going to be a female this week. I don't know why it's not showing up as, like, pink, but it's going to be Kevin, the Jellicent. Now, this is also another answer to that Excadrill. It could check it okay if it doesn't have an SD up. I actually am two-shotted by Line 4 Earthquake, so that's not really good. But, of course, I can do some nice damage with Scald. I can get a Scald to Gigalith. I can burn it. All that's, you know, good stuff. I have Taunt, which was there for the Skarmory, but this is also a potential lead against his own Gigalith, so I can taunt it and prevent rocks, as well as maybe Sylveon to stop hazard and stuff like that. I can always taunt Manaphy, maybe. I'm slower than Manaphy, but, you know, in case he's like a Calm Mindset or something, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying it for reasons. I do have Ice Beam to make sure that Hacksters can't set up on me. But yeah, this mod is just a decent pivot around. It's able to check the Gigalith and Excadrill at some point. It could deal with Weezing somewhat as well. Of course, it's suspect to Hoopa Unbound, which is like one of two mons I have that is suspect to it. But I gotta make sure I, you know, keep my my weaknesses to it limited. That way you can't just spam Dark Pulse or Psychic or Hyperspace or whatever the hell you might want to spam. So that's good. It also deals with Tauros relatively well. I know Tauros hits Wild Charge, but I could take one and then Scald after. So that's pretty good. Yeah, nothing else to say about this mon. It's just, you know, bread and butter, just bulky pivot. Not really a pivot. It's not that great of a pivot, but it'll work, obviously. It's just, you know, it's nothing to say. It's just Scald burns, hopefully, for me, and a recover and a taunting and maybe Ice Beam. But yeah, Kevin's just overall, I needed some, you know, more glue to the team. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Kevin. And finally, we have the Roberto, the Hawlucha, making his third straight start. I don't know why I said fourth. But yeah, this mon, of course, is important, as you could probably guess from like at the beginning of the video. This mon is able to outrun the Excadrill at +2. I'm EV to outrun that, but assuming I have my Unburden activated, so that's really good. If I can get rid of that the Weezing, this mon just wins straight up. I can bring it in on Serena, I can bring it in on Gigalith, I can SD and then sub after and then do a lot of work. If it's max defense Sylveon, he can take a +2 acro. But if it's chipped or if it's not max defense, I can deal with it. Sub obviously won't work for the Sylveon, but I have sub only because I can get a free sub off on Gigalith. I can get a free sub on Serena. I can get it on the I guess the Rotom if he wants to swap out too. All I have is Drain Punch for that thing, but I mean, that's fine. I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, essentially, like, it's gonna be like I had to get rid of Weezing. Like, if I don't get rid of Weezing before I bring this in, this mon's gonna do nothing. I mean, I have sub. I can Will-O-Wisp, maybe like, you know, stall out for a turn. I can sub on its Will-O-Wisp initially and then get a free SD up. But ultimately, yeah, I guess I could be Weezing 1v1 if he Will-O-Wisps instead of Sludge Bombing, which is good. But yeah, Hawlucha's imperative here. It's really important because it's my only speed option to outrun the Excadrill in the sand, so that's why I have it here. And of course, with the bulk and electric seed, I can pretty much deal with Gigalith somewhat well, so I'm not really worried about it. That's why I'm not running a low kick or something like that. Drain Punch is just a bit more reliable for me, so yeah, it's overall I could do a lot of work to his team. I just gotta, play it smart. But yeah, that's pretty much a team. As you guys can tell, I'm a bit of an offensive player, as you can tell by the team. I have Zulu, Meloetta, Fiber, and Lucha are the 4 main mines I needed to come through this week. Scizor and the Kevin are the mines that just need to be able to take the hits that they need to. That they need to take the hits that they're here for. Excadrill, and then the Sylveon, the Tauros, etc. So that's why they're here. I know Rocks again this week. I've only brought Rocks 1 week so far. He has like not that great control. He only has 1 form of control, which is something I really haven't looked into. He's got 2 forms of control, which one of them is I could spin block him as well, but I hadn't thought about Rocks until now. But I don't think I'm gonna need Rocks, to be honest. I'm just gonna be able to. I gotta hope that I can, play with these mons. But like, I've never really been a big fan of like bringing Rocks to league matches because I like having just like pure offense, which it backfired last week. But anyways, I hope I can just keep the offense up, and yeah, pretty much it. I think the team will work out. Like I said, he really doesn't have a great Meloetta answer, as well as like Roberto answer outside of Weezing. But Weezing is beat by this. Weezing's beat by Coco. It's beat by Kevin to an extent. But yeah, that's the team, guys. Hopefully I can play smart this week. Hopefully we can go to a 2-1 start. I really cannot afford to go 1-2 because this competition is only going to get tougher from here. Papasea's team is really unpredictable. That's the thing I'm most afraid of. So, like Hackstress can probably sweep my team if he gets 1 Dragon Dance up, like no joke. So I got to keep that in mind throughout the game. Just a bunch of stuff I have to keep in mind. So yeah, guys, hopefully we can pick up a dub this week. I want to thank everybody for the support on the recent GBA videos. I've been saying this, but you guys are insane. We have our growth has been insane these past couple of weeks. I just want to thank everybody who believed in me, and everybody who's just like giving me a chance. I never thought this would be possible. So yeah, guys, that's it for this week. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Go Rangers.